G'day! It's Brak here. How are you? Look, this is a video I haven't done for a while. List building. List building from a request from a follower. Now, you know, if I said follower and not subscriber, I'm over on TikTok. Having lots of fun over there. You'll get to see a more zanier side if you go over there. I'll put links below. It's in the link tree. Go and check out me TikTok. It'd be great. But there was a follower over there by the name of Tyler. Now, he sent me a direct message. Yeah, Tyler, he asked, and there's a DM here, so I'm going to read it out so I don't sort of misquote. And the question he asked was, I've been wanting to make an army, but mostly squig based. What's the largest amount of different squigs I could get into an army? And you want basically a troll army. I think it'd be funny to see a stampede of squigs and orcs on a battlefield. So I asked him if it was AOS or 40k, because you never know. And he wanted 40k, so I've decided to do 500 points for him to start off, because he's new. And here is 500 points of Beast Snaggas, or Beast Snagga themed army, which I think might do okay and could be quite easily to do. Now I'm going to start off with 500 points, and then if he likes it, we might expand to any more. So I'm going to go through his list, and then I've also, because I like the idea, I've actually got a couple of other lists that I may take to do 500 points of these things, but they're ones I've got models for, so it'll be slightly different. But first off, let's have a look at Tyler's list. The best thing to do here is do a Beast Snagga type army with a few other things chucked in. So 500 points, nice and quick, nice and easy. Beast Snaggas are great, because a lot of what you're going to see will get a 6-up invul save, and they'll also get the +1 to hit rolls if you're going against vehicles or monsters, and that's always quite handy. Clans, I don't think it really matters, but I would prefer either, I think, snake bites or blood axes. Now, why? Snake bites is good. Now, I think because it actually gives everyone that sort of faux transhuman ability, which is, so if you get hit by a weapon which is less than strength 8, so 7 and under, for any unmodified rolls of 1 to 3, that attack fails. So that's quite good. And each time a squig model with this culture makes a melee attack, that model unit makes a charge move or performs a heroic intervention, you add 1 to the attack's wounds rolls. So you get extra attacks, a little bit of extra protection from firing, but not the biggies, just the mid-strength weapons. So that's okay. And if you want to go blood axes, I'll talk about blood axes a bit more when I go through my list, because I'm going blood axes. So let's just we'll just stick with snake bites at the moment. HQ unit has to be the beast boss on Squigosaur. He's a beast, and he's a boss. So yeah, look, why I like him, he's cheap. You could go Mozrag, but let's just keep the points down a little bit, and gives you more things to play with. But you know, he's got a 5-up invul save, and he's thick hide, which, so you subtract 1 from damage to count down to minimum of 1. So you know, that's pretty good. So it makes you a little bit tougher. But he's a beast. You know, 5 attacks, and we've got really things that are strength 6 or strength 7 attacks. Either neg 2 with the beast chopper, or neg 3 with the squig sword jaws, 2 damage or 3 damage. So yeah, look, great stuff. I'm throwing in the thump gun as well. You probably won't need it, but you never know. Sometimes it comes in handy just to have a gun. It just does. And at this point level, if I cook away the thump gun. You're not going to get anything else with it. It's probably easy to go with what's in the box, especially at the 500 point level. Warlord trait. So if you go on snake bites, you'd probably go for Smasher Squig off. So so the first time the Warlord gets destroyed, you choose to roll 1d6, and at the end of the phase, if you're at 4+, then you can put him back and you'll get D3 wounds remaining. So you can stay up. Just a little bit of hit and giggles. If that's not your thing, if you want something a little bit more reliable, I think for this one, brutal but cunning. It's a bit of a tricky one. So each time this Warlord fights, if all of its attacks target one enemy unit, after resolving all those attacks, it can make a number of additional attacks against that enemy unit equal to the number of attacks that did not reach the inflict damage step roll and the attack sequence during that fight. So you basically get rerolls upon rerolls. It's tough, it's brutal, and it's cunning. Definitely look at that, but if you're a newbie, you might want to try something else, because it gets a little bit tricky. For your first couple of games, yeah, it can be a bit, and you want to play. But if you're a bit more experienced, definitely go with that one. If not, I like Big Killer Boss. Each time the Warlord fights, and it's within engagement range of an animal, vehicle, or a monster, until that fight is resolved, add 2 to the Warlord's attack characteristics. So yeah, it's 2 extra attacks. And each time a Warlord makes a melee attack against vehicle or monster, add 1 to the attack wound roll. So yeah, you get wounds better and more attacks. So that's pretty good. But I think for a newbie, I'd probably stick with the Smasher Squig off. It's fun and it's fluffy. And Tyler, you did say you wanted to do the troll thing and the theme thing. It's a lot more thematic. But have a look, go through, have a look. See what there are other ones which might be better for your playstyle. But they're the ones that I would definitely think about. Then maybe you can go over to the Super Cyborg body. So it goes from a 5-up invul to a 4-up invulnerable save. And each time an attack is allocated to this model, halve the damage characteristic. So that's just makes his tough squig a little bit better. So you've got better resilience there. Or if you just want to go Head Whopper's Gill Chopper, great relics to have. And Head Whopper's Gill Chopper, yeah, that's great. Double a strength, so yeah, so it's getting up 12s, neg 3 AP, 2 damage, and if you get a unmodified roll of 6, mortal wound. You can't sneeze at mortal wounds. Okay, I forgot to talk about detachments, haven't I? Oh wow. Okay, so look, that's really I think the best one for this army, Tyler, is the patrol detachment. Reasons for that, from my list, I'll go through some of the other options, but just for this one, for you, Tyler, definitely go for patrol detachments. So let's start off with the troop choices. I really think that for this is the Beast Snagga boys. That's probably the better option. You want troop choice. Well, I want 10. Now I've given the one with a thump gun for the same reasons I'm putting thump guns in with most things, is because of at 500 points we have that you can get rid of them, but you've got nothing else to spend that 5 points on. So you might as well take it. There's nothing else you can do with them. That's just the way the list works at these small 500 points. So definitely take the Beast Snagga boys. 10 of them. You'll probably want to have them somewhere. Start off somewhere near terrain, but as close as to an objective you can get. So you might want to use these as your objective holders, maybe down the back. If your back objective is probably the best place to put them. You will have, because they're beast snaggers, you'll have a 6-up invul save, and you also get the transhumanity thing if they're bigger weapons. So that might go to that might help. But yeah, this plus, you know, they look pretty good, and they go with the theme. They definitely go with this beast snagger snake bites theme, I think. So look, we've, you know, definitely 10 with a knob, and definitely power snapper with knob. Yeah, that's good. And yeah, give him a thump gun. Why not? You never know. It might come in handy. You might have a CP where you might just want to. You might have a chance where you just might want to Overwatch. Could always come in handy. You never know. So I know if you're going to be playing mega uber competitive, then you might want to get rid of it, but you can't do it at this point level. So what the heck? It's nice to have a little bit of added tools in your toolbox. Okay, so that's the troop choice. So always have a troop choice. Now let's go to the fast. Now we're going to go and stick with 3 Squig Hog boys and a bomb squig. So yeah, it's MSU, minimum-sized unit, but it works. They're good. They're fast, 10-inch movement, and they're reasonably. So you've got your sticker, which the shooting's you know, about 3 of them. So you know you've used a strength, so strength 5, AP 2, damage 2. Each time range, this weapon targets it with halfway range. That attack has a strength characteristic of +1. So if you're getting in closer, so at 6 inches, becomes a strength 6 weapon, which is not bad. But you're really going to be wanting to do that whack, the good old whack, which basically Squig Hog jaws and the sticker both make your strength. You're hitting on 6s. Squig Hog jaws -1 AP, whereas the sticker has -2 AP, and both have 2 damage. And each time bear fights, it makes 2 additional attacks with this weapon. So you got Squig Hog jaws. So basically, you got 3 attacks at strength 1, -2, damage 2, and 2 attacks at strength 6, -1, 2 damage. That's pretty good. And there's 3 of them. So, yeah. The other fast attack, because at the moment, you've got a lot of punch. You've got a lot of crumping. So let's go for something fast, which is shooting. And Ruckus Squig Buggies is probably one of the better buggies around. Loads of shooting. Okay, there's been some nerf for the amount of time, but it doesn't matter. 500 points, you can take 1. You can take 2 if you want, but you're only going to take 1. And boy, does it get out some. It gets out some shots. You've got the heavy squig launcher, which is 2d6, strength 5, -2, damage 2. It's a blast weapon, and it doesn't have to have line of sight, which is great. So you can hide it in behind some terrain and start firing away until you want to get closer. You can use that to sit on objectives until your enemy comes a bit closer, because they don't have objectives secured. But you know, that's, if there's no one, you can still use it to take objectives, especially in the beginning of the game when no one's near it. It's a great way to get some extra points. And of course, you know, you've got the sawn-off shotgun, and that's quite all right. And the squig launcher, which is an assault D6. So you've got a lot there. And don't forget the Squig Mine. Squig Mine's fun. Yeah, they're really good, and they're only 90 points. They're cheap as chips at this moment in time. Well, I'm 90 points at the time I did this, so if they've changed, I'm sorry about that. But we could adjust. Okay, so there you go. That is, you fit your requirements for your control detachment. You've got 1 HQ, 1 troop, and fast, and 2, you can have 2 fast tank. But here's the thing. You can actually throw in a knob on a Smasher Squig, because you can use the Squig Boss, which basically says unit included in a detachment. Up to 2 knobs on Smasher Squig units can be included in that detachment without taking any battlefield role slots. So you can add it in so it doesn't affect it at all, and you've got yourself a great beast of a character. So knob on Smasher Squig. He's movement 10, weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 5, strength 5, toughness 6, 5 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 7, 4 up save. Now, he got a pistol, and he's got a big chopper, Smasher Squig jaws, melee, so the big chopper plus 2, so that's a 7 strength hit, neg 1, 2 damage. Groovy stuff. And also we have, what else do we have? Smash Squig score, so you get 2 attacks, that's 2 attacks at strength 6, neg 1, damage 2. And he smash ahead each time this model finishes a charge or heroic intervention move. Select 1 enemy unit that is within engagement range of this model and roll 5d6. For each result of 4+, that enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. So select 1 enemy unit. So yeah. So if you want to go into a group of things, then you know that's huge. Or 5d6. That's 5 chances of a 4-up of suffering a mortal wound. So yeah, so mass 2-3. 2-3. That's the stats. So that's it. Nice, quick. This is going to be fast. They're moving. Everything's going to be moving around about 10 inches, except for the boys. The boys are on foot, so what? That's 5 inches. But you probably want them at the back. That's how I'd play this. You definitely want them at the back, and you want supporting fire with your Ruckus Squig buggy. So there you go, Tyler. I hope you like that. We interrupt through the service to find out whether you're enjoying watching this video or not. If you are and would like to help me make videos in the long run, there are 3 ways that you can do it. There's Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, and affiliate links. I have 2 affiliate links, one for Gear Guts Mech Shop and one for OTP Terrain. So check out those 4 links below in the description to find out how you can best help me make videos for you. Back to regular viewing. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to do something very, very similar, but it's similar, but it's a little different at the same time. So, let's go and have a little look. And there we go. Here is my list. Now, I will apologise for if you're hearing any noise. It just started to rain outside, so any background noise, I do apologise that. So this is the list I've got, mainly because these are the models that I've got. I don't have any boys, so I swapped out the boys. So it's basically the same thing, but the noticeable difference are the boys are gone, and we've put in 13 Gretchen, and I've added 2 more Squig Hog boys. Okay, now I won't be doing the beast snaggers and the snake bites, well, our beast snaggers, but I will be going with the blood axes. Why I want to do that is I want a little bit of extra protection from the -1 to hit if you're 18 inches. Plus, as a blood axe, you can get to charge in, you can come out and either shoot and charge again. So I like that little bit of extra. I will probably going with cunning brutal, but it's either brutal cunning or big killer boss. I'll probably go with big killer boss because I like to play it safe, gives me a little bit of extra resilience. Yeah, be doing exactly the same thing as I said before. These guys, my little grots, will be somewhere at the back, as close as I possibly can to get on objectives. So hopefully there'll be objectives near, they can hide. So they'll be fun. He'll be at the back too until I need him, just providing supporting cover. And all these guys, they're going to be rushing out the front, getting in there, wham, bang, 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 hit them hard, hit them fast. And I want to try and do a war. I could call a war first turn if I place it right, but most likely second turn war. So maybe hug, try hide, and hopefully survive a bit, or get in quick. If I can call a war first turn, I'll try. If not, definitely second turn. Definitely got to be second turn. Now, there is one other thing that I could do here, and I could go with an outrider detachment, which would just really mean you're getting rid of these guys. And so you can have a closer look. There's me. And having 2 Smasher Squigs. So same price. So 13 for 65 points. You can either go for 13 grots or another knob on a Smasher Squig. So there's so much opportunity for mortal wounds here. It's going to be fun. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be fast. That's going to be. So that's my list, and I do apologise for the lighting with this. The rain happened, so please forgive me. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so they're my lists. What do you think? So Tyler, I hope you enjoyed that. So what do you guys think for 500 points? What would you like to do? Could you do something different? Have you got a better list? Put a comment below. Let's have a conversation. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, subscribe and share. Do all the algorithmic things. And if you would like to help me out financially, there's always Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon. The links are in the description. Okay, time to toddle off. So remember, if you go on crumpin', you've got to bash early and bash often.